Good morning. It's your girl Amber Boone, also known as AB, and I'm here today with
Alicia A plus White.
Hey, I'm Sabrina Athena.
It's your girl Toy Tutar.
I'm Lovely, and I got time today.
And welcome to the first episode of EVRY Woman. Woo!
Queens over here, and make no mistake in big things over here. Goddess in the flesh, you can tell by the smell of it. Every time I step in the room, it's an elephant. Woman.
This has been a long time coming, y'all. Like, if I was looking back at my memories, and I did my first audition in January of 2021. It's been almost 2 years. Mm-hmm. And that wasn't even the beginning of this, the whole concept. And we've gone through auditions, second auditions, rehearsals, team bonding, team building, studio changes, mic changes, camera changes, picture changes, photo shoots, etc. It's been a long time. Was there ever a time that you guys felt like, this is not about to happen? Like, I don't have time for this. Did you ever get impatient at all?
I made the show.
You said what?
I made the show.
Oh. She said, wait a minute.
Right. Just kidding. No. It was like, truly though, it feels like every day you still got to show up and do what you set out to do in your heart to begin with. I mean, this has been a very long process, but independent is a journey. Independent, you got to learn all this on your own. You figuring it out, and you know, we're thankful for our wonderful and genius Dean Bean for putting all this together for us. But that means it takes time. So it's still, you show up every time doing what you know you need to be doing in order to get this and continue this going.
I think I did get a little anxious like through the process simply because, you know, you just want to know, like, did I make it to the next round? You know what I'm saying? Like, and here's a fun fact that you guys probably didn't know. I originally wasn't even going to audition for the show because I saw the first posting that I think Chris put up. And I seen it and I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that. And then January, like I think it was January 2021, I saw it again and I was like, you know what, Lord, okay, you trying to tell me something? So I contacted Chris and I was like, and I just made it that day when I seen it and he was like, we'll be here. I was like, okay, I'm going to just go. So, and that's what I did. So it has really been I don't know, it's just been so amazing through this whole experience. But yeah, you do get a little antsy at times. I did, for sure.
How about y'all?
Oh, like it's so crazy. I had a feeling about this show because the same person who had, you know, told me or suggested that I do comedy is the same person who told me to audition for this show. I listened to her. She's smart. So, you know, I understand sometimes greatness takes time. So it's okay. I'm good with the patience. Like I have a lot of patience. So I'm happy that we made it here. I just was wondering, I was like, when we gonna make it here? But I had good feelings. I saw the effort being put behind it, and I was just like, I hope they all drop out so it's room for me. So love y'all. Though. So I ain't even gonna lie. I'm happy that I'm able to sit on the stage with y'all. Like, it's a good feeling.
Yeah. No, I had no patience. None at all. I was ready. I was like, this is taking too long. I know exactly where I'm supposed to be. I was the first person to send in everything, right? And every time I came to the studio, I was like, I need some more people to drop off so I can have my spot flash. This is meant for me. I know it's meant for me. Every single time I came to the studio, it was a confirmation. Like, okay, they gone. Okay, they gone. It's my turn. Step up to the mic, Lovely. What you gonna do? So we here. Man, we have shared some awesome experiences together. Yeah. Some of us have cried together.
Ooh-wee.
We have seen booty cheeks together.
That's
Painted on adventures together, but we are here together.
And I think those adventures are kind of what got me through because, like you, I'm not a patient person.
Yeah.
So patience, that I didn't have. But because of the different adventures, and they were sprinkled in, like, with just the amount of time in between each one to, like, keep me invested, right?
Yeah.
But the whole time, too, I'm, like, thinking, you know, are people going to drop off? The fact that we have all kept here so long and been through all of the different things together, for me, I think that's an incredible feat in itself. Because it's hard to get 6 women in the same room. You know what I'm saying? Let alone
totally different personalities.
Totally different personalities. The fact that it's been so good, drama free, like, and we can have different ideas on things and still have good conversation about it and never be an issue. The fact that we are all respectful of each other and we can combine our different, you know, intellectual ideas and experiences and life choices and all of that and just get together and have these really dope conversations. And to do so over a long period of time and never lose faith or never lose the momentum to get us to where we are today has been insane. So what about, because I know we're all busy, we all have our own things. Like you're doing comedy, you have your own business, you're a model, you know, you're doing your own business, you got kids, like we have so much going on. Did you ever feel like, is it worth the risk? I got a lot of other things going on that I need to be investing my time into. Do I take away from that to put toward this? Because it has been an investment of time on our behalf.
I went through a couple of situations financially, and you know, I lost my car, I lost my home, I lost a lot. But I rarely missed any rehearsals. Might have been late, but I did what I had to do to make sure I got here, and that was what the risk was for me. Like, oh shoot, I may be financially strapped right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and take this $20 Uber right quick because I got to get to rehearsal, like things like that.
Right.
And then I had like where you guys helped out and gave me rides here and there and stuff. So it's like doing what you have to do to get where you want to be without calling Nate is important. So
Yeah.
That part.
yeah, that part.
I think that for me, it was worth it. I had just taken on the responsibility of my niece and her son probably 4 months prior to that. So that was a lot on me too. But then at the same time, once we got through the process and everything, and we, you know, were told that Sundays would be the day that we would rehearse. I'm the type of person who, when I dedicate myself to something, I fully dedicate myself to something. So I cleared my calendar on Sundays so that I would be able to be here, because for me, this was important, and I knew that this was something that I really wanted to do, and I just saw down the line how it was going to manifest and be amazing for all of us. So I was like, Sundays, nope, I'm busy on Sunday. Y'all can't, no. What, you need what? No, I can't do it on Sunday. Sunday is not a good day for me. So I think it was really, really worth the risk for me.
I don't really look at it so much as, for me, a risk, more like a rescue, because it was difficult for me since 2020, the pandemic hit. As a model, living and working in New York, I mean, it sounds like a humble brag, but, you know, if you're an artist, you understand, we get by. And having the entire industry shut down, I'm thankful I have a really good survival job because I finished my degree, yes. Thank God, because it wouldn't have, I was on course to like meeting my salary corporate and doing art all at the same time for the first time since like I was younger. So it was a real big deal. And getting back to Detroit, thinking I was only going to be here a month, I do what I did. And well, rather, I did what I do when I moved to new places, because I've done it a few times and I just got on the grind, and I'm from Detroit. So looking into what's going on within the city, I remember my audition process, I was chilling next to my friend and I saw that there was an audition for a talk show. I'm like, is it over? Can I still audition? Because to me, it's not a loss. I'm not losing nothing by waiting and biding time. Every woman in the production process is worth it. It's getting me the experience, the credit, the credibility, the opportunity to spread my voice some. All I had to do was show up because somebody made it so. So for me, it's like, thank you. I have somewhere to be on Sundays that is going to continue me feeling like I'm still in my element, and I'm still on alignment for what I should be doing in my life, not being in my element of New York City.
Mm-hmm. And you know, because we have had so much time from the first audition until this, there were many times where I'm like, okay, let me reevaluate. I'm constantly reevaluating what's on my plate. Doesn't make sense. Is it too much? And I had my own podcast at the time that I auditioned. I've been a part of so many other podcasts as well. So I guess I had I kind of at one point was like, well, do I put more energy into this and focus on this, or should I be focused on this podcast? But ultimately, I think, the amount of effort that was put into this, the perfection, the rehearsing,
meticulousness.
Absolutely. Just the effort and consideration, not only of us as individuals and as an entire team, but of the production quality of everything. And I think that's what kept me coming back, because I'm like, this is not just something that's thrown together. This is not something that's just like, oh, we're just doing this for fun. And if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, no, this is the real deal.
Yes, it is.
And so I continue to be like, yes, just, rearrange your day.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do. Say no to some things. Get whatever you got to get off your plate. Keep this as a priority. Keep it as, a main course,
I
if
tell
you will.
people like, oh yeah, it's film day, so I'm busy.
Isn't it nice saying that to somebody? I have to be in the
I have to be
studio.
camera ready.
And have people support that? Like, how has the support been from your family and friends?
Oh my God, the support has been amazing. Like, my little cousin actually dropped me off today. This is my last time being dropped off. Yeah, I got a car now. Getting tagged in the morning. I'm so happy about that. Never would have made it. But family has been super supportive. Anything that I say, hey, go post this, go look at this, like, they do it. And we need that type of support there, because we want y'all to watch our show.
Right.
So I really appreciate and I love the support that I'm getting from family. Like, they've been all for it.
I know myself, there were days when I was at home and I was like, I don't want to get up. I don't feel like it. I've had a long week. This 8-year-old is acting like she's my mom. I just don't want to. And I continuously had in my ear, husband telling me, you got to get up. This is meant for you. You have to get up. You have to move. You are supposed to. You are making connections with people, and this is going to take you places that you have no idea. You could have been open doors for rooms. And I'm like, how you know all this? What you talking about? He's like, get up. Let me go ahead, put this lipstick on and get myself together. And I was out the door. I think that was my only struggle. Well, how can I put this? Job. I work for myself. And to step away from it, from working for someone else, I should say, and working for self, and knowing that I have to commit to this and $86 those dollars that I actually need, but to have that support and say, nope, I got that part covered. Leave out the door. It's beautiful. Yeah. It's nothing like it. It's nothing like it. So
yeah, I think
it was amazing.
Yeah, my husband was the same thing. Those moments where I was kind of like, do I really invest in this? Like, do I really want to get up and drive out there? Or do I really want to take time away from this to do that? And my husband was like, yes, you do. Yes, you do. You
Definitely
need to.
right
And he would constantly just redirect me and reassure me, like, yes, you're doing the right thing. So same thing. I love that you had the support for your husband. It was kind of like on the same line. I think, the support from family and friends is huge. And we've had these conversations before about, those closest to you typically don't support you as much as strangers do. But it feels really good to have the support of those close to us. How about you guys? What was your guys' experience?
Definitely were supportive. My mom, like the main one, every time, she was always in my ear every time. Well, when is it? Well, who's up next? Mom, I don't know. I don't know, Mom. I don't know. Well, when is your audition? Mom, I don't know. I don't know. Even like today when we, y'all taping in front of, Mom, I know you excited. I'm excited too, Mom. You just got to wait. Like, I got to wait. So, she's so super excited. And, my friends have been really, really supportive as well. So it's been, even my children, they've been like, Mom, can we come? They're rallying. So it's really been a great, great experience.
I think for me, I'm really thankful for the support of my family and the people who've been along with me along this whole career journey. And so for me, I'm so thankful for my family that will show up There's been some behind the scenes stuff that we've been doing in between time over the last almost 2 years, getting this place perfected. And so like we would do just filming funny stuff and showing up at different times, and like my mom and my boyfriend came and watched the whole thing, and it was like hilarious and it was a lot of fun. So we have like those memories and they show up for that. But really I'm thankful also for the support of my professional peers, and knowing that I'm a part of a community that we're all a part of at this point, of independent content curators and filmmaking and studio. Like all of this is a big deal, and the industry that's amongst us is respecting it. So to me, I appreciate that support.
Now, it's not just us. We have 8 hosts in total. And one of them is here with us today. Tam will be joining us shortly. We also have Thea, who will be joining us throughout the season. And we have Zan. We're going to go to Zan right now.
Hi, I'm Zantavia, better known as Zan. And this is the EVRY Woman Show. I am one of the hosts of this dynamic group, but I'm also a mom, a wife, podcaster, and an entrepreneur. Depending on the day, I could be something totally different. Today, I just want to talk about my journey. I never thought that I would actually be auditioning for anything like this. While I am naturally a creative, I'm also kind of shy. I can be introverted. I'm either the life of the party or I'm ready to leave the party on any given day. But this journey and this process and the people connected have really caused me to come out of my shell. I've enjoyed every bit of it. There have been some times where the waiting game was just a lot. Very painstaking, but it's definitely been worth the reward. I'm not a very patient person, I'll be completely honest. On any given day, if the store has a long line, guarantee I'm putting everything back, or I'm just gonna leave my shopping cart at guest services. But during this process, because I've had to trust others, I've actually gained some patience. So I'm really excited about that. There's been a lot of risks though, because you may notice I'm not shooting in the studio as everyone else. And that's because my family had to relocate during this process. It took me a little bit to actually want to continue to do this because I knew that it would be a little bit different. And I also didn't want to cheat anybody else out of a really good experience. But because people believe in me and I've started to really trust my dopeness, I'm going to make it work. So sometimes you may see me shooting in the studio with the other women, and sometimes you may see a background similar to this. But either way, you're gonna get amazing content. You're gonna definitely get exactly what you want out of this experience as a viewer. I would definitely say that another big thing I didn't think about was family support, or just even the effects on my family, because we had rehearsals and maybe marketing days, media days, and things like that. I've had to really juggle, and many of you watching today probably know this. And so I've had to create a lot of balance. So not just work-life balance, but also now I'm podcast wife balance and mom and talk show host balance. So there's so many different things that have come into play that I've never even imagined. In addition to that, I would definitely say that I've learned a lot. Not just about myself, not just about others, but definitely about this process. Like currently, I'm doing my own lighting, doing my own makeup, I'm styling myself. And so there's a lot to learn, but I have a lot to give, and I'm really excited about this process.
Welcome back to EVRY Woman. I am the additional co-host joining the panel right now. My name is Tamara, also known as I Rock It Bald. And we just heard from our girl Zan, reporting out of the ATL. It was so good to hear her words. You know, she talked about how she has had to make preparations on her own by doing her own lighting, recording on her own. But Zan, we miss you, boo. We know you're doing a dang on thing down there, and we can't wait to see you back in studio soon.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit more about how we have been preparing during this process, right? We have had to do a lot of different shootings, right? Not shootings, but filming. Preparation.
Yes.
And, you know, I think we have, 3-4 different rounds, right? And for each of those rounds, we've had topics that we've had to prepare to discuss and, you know, working on our timing and everything. So I remember coming in for my first audition, I was just like, all right, okay, I got time today. I was putting on makeup anyway. I just felt like being cute today. And was visiting another business in the area and stopped by and had a really good conversation with Dean. So I didn't really prepare for that, but the following episodes that we shot as a group, to see how we gel together was really fun. I remember specifically one round where Sabrina and team, I don't know if y'all ever gonna get to see that, but Sabrina and team did like a whole show that they produced.
That day we
Yeah, so it's been some major preparation going on.
Yeah, they had slideshows, and I think weren't you a part of it? Were you?
I thought we was gonna lose after that. I was like,
What's
Sabrina and
I
them
don't
got it.
remember. I thought you were, but I could be wrong.
Are you talking about when I did my FBI
Could be.
investigation?
We all had to do some investigation.
Yes.
I got told to calm down.
Sabrina you were like.
I was like, oh, great. I could take all my knowledge and know-how and put it all into this one thing. And it was fun to exercise. Again, this is a rescue for me. I just got to deal with me.
Yeah.
You know what made me nervous because we couldn't prepare for it was the after when we had to do like the I don't know what you call it. When we had to stand there and they did like the individual interview. Because I would be like, oh Lord, this ain't. I'm not gonna make it because I'm not giving him what he really want to hear. And I just, those made me nervous.
But I think that's probably part of the reason why you made it, right?
Yeah.
Because you were vulnerable in that moment.
Yeah,
you were just authentically yourself, which
Yeah.
I'm really big about. Just be authentically you in every situation, at home, at work, behind this desk. Like, let's just always be authentically us. But I just want to say again, in case you didn't hear me, I thought I was out of the running when Sabrina came with it. Sis was ready. But Toy, tell us how you prepared.
Well, for me, with the preparation, I can get up and talk about myself all day and night. I'm a comedian. Like, that's the easy part. But when it came to different topics, if it was something that I wasn't knowledgeable about, it was the research and the education and things like that I actually enjoyed it because I'm like, okay, little reporter. And so I like that part. And basically being able to get insight on different type of topics and things like that. That was the major preparation for me and getting here on time. So I had learned to start like lying to myself about the time. Like, oh yeah, we got to be here at 3. So, you get there at the right time. It's important.
I remember the first time I met Lovely. I'm like, girl, where you been? This is the first time I done seen your face.
Look.
And she was so quiet. And she was like,
Lovely has all the energy. Like, I really enjoy doing the shows with Lovely. Like, I was like, oh yeah, she dope. I hope I get another one with her.
I am excitable, and I have to learn how to click it down a couple of notches. So I guess that was one of the things for my preparedness, and then learning. First of all, look, Lovely does not do handbags and brand names. I am a thrifty store shopper, okay? I make it work. It look good when I put it on.
Do
so
you feel good?
Baby, yes.
Period.
You see that glowing? Okay. So for me, that's what it was. It's learning about brand names and famous people and behind the scenes and their lives that I generally might not care so much about, but I'm learning. Yeah. So that was the preparedness for me.
Sabrina, do you remember when we first filmed together and I called you on the phone? I'm like, hey girl, so I know we supposed to be filming together, but I just wanted to meet you first and just kind of run down what we gonna talk about and boo, 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 boo. That's just the type of person that I am to prepare for something. Like, I want to break the ice in advance. I want to have some knowledge, some information, because I went and did like a deep dive on her Instagram and Facebook page. I was like, we friends now. And then I saw she was diving off of cliffs in Mexico, and I was like, oh, sis, go ahead and do that in that bikini, girl.
Well, thank you. But actually, Lovely just reminded me, it's not just... because I think we've all come up in here in a few different ways and styles and thought about how we want to project ourselves and who we want to be in front of the camera and think about all of that. And we would ask Dean, and my experience in asking Dean about that, and, should I have more of this or less of that? And Dean's like, more of you.
Exactly.
whatever
Sounds like
you're doing, do that. And I'm like, but I'm so all over the place. I'm jumping off of cliffs, and I'm into fashion. I'm into this. I'm into that. And one thing that burns my soul is when people say you're all over the place. My brain work a little quicker than the average bear. So it's like, no, I'm not all over the place. I know what I'm doing. But that, I think we all kind of dealt with what it is that we wanted to be sure to portray and who we want to be in front of the public.
Yeah. And Zan touched on it a little bit too. Like one of the other things that we did to prepare was trying to figure out like, okay, this makeup thing, right? Because I always shine on camera. And I know what you mean, and I don't mean like that. I mean, my skin just be like glowing under these lights. And I don't really care to wear makeup. I have a makeup artist. She will do my face. She will beat the face to the gods when I need it. But one thing through this process that I've learned how to do is my own makeup. And some of us took that journey together.
I am every woman.
I wasn't there that day.
But I wasn't there. I kind of knew I had little. Thanks to YouTube University, I did already know how to do like
'Cause I'm trying
basic
to remember
makeup
that
and
day.
everything.
It was me.
Lovely.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's
Thea
Yeah.
and Zan.
Yeah,
I think it's important that every woman knows. Every woman, that every woman should know how to at least get themselves camera ready, if that makes sense. Like we're already beautiful, but let's enhance it for that camera that's gonna add that extra shine to us.
Yeah. So having Keisha come in and teach us all about how to, get a matte look on our face so that
Yes.
we can eliminate some of that shine. I think I immediately went out after we had our makeup day and went to buy new products.
Yes.
Me and this one went makeup shopping. And this one is not liquid foundation. She is not concealer. She is pressed powder, lip, and let's go.
That was me.
We was
Before
in
we
there
took
giving
this
them
class.
people a hard time, baby.
He was like, well, we can't have that and this and I think the lady was, she didn't know what to do with us. She was like, well, let me see. I think we went through 4 or 5 different foundations before we actually found the one that would work for us. And then she had to go and try to find the concealer. I think I know I spent too much money that day. But
It
Why
lasts.
didn't nobody tell me makeup was this
Makeup is
expensive?
expensive. So,
Good makeup.
So expensive.
that.
But finding the right products, which, I think we've all finally had enough practice with that because looking at y'all faces today, you look amazing.
Hello, same to you.
You look
honey.
beautiful. Color_flow_artistry was our makeup artist, Keisha. She did a wonderful job, and we are grateful to her teaching us how we do, girl, how we look. Every woman on this stage, we doing all right? But no, it was a fun process. And, again, I do not like putting on makeup.
I don't either.
And so it's always something to like practice doing that and make sure that I'll never forget during this journey, Dean got me behind these lights and he was like, so here's a tissue. Can you just dab that a little bit? I was like, what? I look good.
I think my biggest challenge in getting makeup ready is like post-COVID. I don't like putting on a full face of makeup. If it's for work, cool. But then also now we talk about being camera ready. Camera ready means that every one of us at this desk has a camera. So be ready.
Mm-hmm.
Like you out in public, you'll see like a whole shift in how people look just because of that. Mm-hmm. And for me, I was in transition between moving from New York to being at my mom and dad's house, being my ex-boyfriend's house, being here, being there. Finally, I moved into my own house and I'm like, so this is all the makeup I have?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I've been making it work.
Same.
It's hard to keep up with all those little
It
pieces,
is.
and they are very expensive. But heck, go to Sephora, get a sample. Let that work out for you. You don't need much. You don't
Right,
need much.
because again, like you're supposed to throw stuff away after a certain period of time, right?
Right.
I
Yes.
believe like mascara, for example, you gotta toss that after 2 months.
Yep.
You should
supposed
not
to
keep
be.
your liquid foundation longer than a year.
I wait till
maybe
it
less.
clump.
oh, well.
Oh.
I wait till it's gone.
that part.
I do
that
not.
part.
I don't definitely abide by the rules of makeup and keeping things. I keep it until it's gone. Yep.
Yeah.
I do.
Like I learned
Today.
today.
I got my money worth because it is $50 for this little bottle of foundation, but it's
Exactly.
worth it because it's HD and I need that.
Yeah.
I actually learned today because my sister-in-law would do my makeup. So I went over because I was like, look, I did take a makeup class, but, I'm stuck on one look because I get comfortable and I'm like, I know how to blend that, do that. So when you get into different colors, you're like, whoa,
Hold on
wait
now.
a minute.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need to stop and get some sponges, but I didn't have time. So I just went over there. She was like, well, you can clean those. I said, oh, I just use them
Right.
once and throw it away. Because for what? I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
didn't know you could clean the
clean
I
sponge.
those.
So
just
use
cleaned
it,
all my brushes.
throw it away. Well, the brushes,
Wow.
yes, but the sponges, like I did not know that. So I'll use it.
I don't think I had the
Yeah.
patience to clean the brushes or the sponges. I think I'm gonna just
Yeah,
buy
it's too
some new
much.
ones.
Yeah.
I watched a YouTube video about it, and I was like, that was a lot. And then there's
Uh-huh.
several different ways you can do it.
We save
Oh,
a
I
lot
don't
of
need
money
to
by
know.
knowing how to do this too. Because
We do.
don't
Absolutely.
have to necessarily, pay for a makeup artist. So
Yeah.
Yeah. And, I mean, and you touched on how expensive makeup could be, but just think about every time you get your face made up,
that's more.
the going price for a good natural beat is maybe somewhere between $75 and $95.
And I just learned that.
Yep.
in the now because I've never had a professional makeup artist, me actually sit in front of them, book an appointment, and have them paint my face, or beat your face. I would go to the drag shows, and they were the teachers at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, this is what you do. This is how you shape them eyebrows. I need you to learn how to draw straight lines, lovely. So I accomplished.
Well, you got
With
it
the
down
drag
pat.
queen.
I'm
Yes,
saying.
you
You got it
did.
down
You
pat
did.
because every time you come in here, you be flawless. So you good. That lesson paid off. And again, our artist was Color with a K, KOLOR underscore Flow FLOW underscore artistry. She is an amazing talent. She's available for bookings. You can go and book her now. You can go see me on her page too. That'd be my
Plug.
Anyway, so that was
Come
a
on,
journey.
Mama. I said, come on, Mama.
Yes, I be getting paid to do stuff sometimes, like Sabrina. I be calling Sabrina too. So another part of this journey too is that like I've learned a lot about all of you and your different talents and your gifts and the things that you are like really good at. And so when I had an opportunity to be in a fashion show, and I was like, Sabrina, what should I do? Blah, blah, blah. Or I was getting ready to go shoot for a makeup ad. And I was like, Sabrina, da, da, da. And, it's really cool to be able to have made new friends through this journey to learn from some of your talents and pull from that. So has there been anything that any of you have learned on this journey from each other?
That lovely has lovely hands. I can say that.
In what way, Alicia?
Baby, you listen. The massages.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? Plug for Submerge. Holla at me.
She is amazing.
Thank you.
With those hands, and
Thank you.
when I had an opportunity, because I just moved into a new office space, she came down to the building, and so now we are cohabitating in the same office building.
Yes.
So you're both are entrepreneurs, right?
We are both
Yes.
So the name of
entrepreneurs.
your business is?
The name of my business is the BJ Group, but there's a lot that goes along with that.
It is, because I've hired her a couple times already too. That's another.
I want to know what the BJ stand for.
You know what? Okay, come on with
It's
the
actually
convenience. Thank you.
BJ'd.
BJ. That's
BJ.
clarification purposes for our audience members.
Yes, it's a combination of names. So
You
my
can count on
name.
Toy to clarify.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
My business partner is a combination of all those names put together.
And what's the
Okay.
name of your business again?
Submerge LLC.
And you do what type of services?
I'm a massage therapist, a vaginal steam facilitator. I do energy work. I have so many modalities underneath my scope of practice. It is sickening, and I love what I do. Let me say that.
What
I
was
love
that one word that you used to talk about? Here it comes.
The cootenootie.
The cootenootie. The word of the day, y'all.
Word of the day.
Cootenootie. There you go.
And define that for the people.
Vagina.
And she stings them.
Yeah. That's a
get you
whole
together.
nother.
We're going to do that one day.
Yeah, because
but
I definitely would love to have
that
one.
would be
like-
rated PG-13, MR mature rated for the...
Not baked, not fried, but steamed.
Don't come in my office baked and fried with your family and friends. Hey, friends. This is my friend. This is my family. Y'all my family. Are we going to just exit straight up out of that whole friendship realm? We've cried together.
We have.
Y'all, we
Yes,
have been
definitely.
through so many ups and downs through this journey together. And I asked the universe. I'm heavy on vibration, and what you ask the universe for, it gives it back to you. I asked for mentors and sisterhood, and I am a firm believer that blood does not define family. And I'm so thankful for y'all because y'all my family. I can call y'all at any time, and I know I'm secure. Even if I was rolling down the street and I was on some thug stuff, I know I could call y'all. Because y'all my family.
Well, we have had those moments where we just called each other up and said, hey, we need to do this for somebody specifically.
Yes.
You know, cleaning out that house that one time. That was
yes.
another bonding moment for all of us that were able to help
Yeah.
that day.
That's right.
And
And
I actually, for all intent and purpose, it's like over all this time, I mean, we were introduced and then we were told, get to know one another. You guys are gonna need to know one another. That's why we have practice on Sundays every Sunday. No, I don't know when the camera's gonna be here. No, I don't know when the platform's gonna be done. We don't know, but what we do know is
Be here
4
Sunday.
o'clock on Sunday, we supposed to be here. And so from that, I just got excited about the sense of community within the sisterhood. And I mean, it's all very generic terms. Sisterhood, community is very nice. But it really is. And so because all of us came together through this process with intention of making ourselves known as change makers, making ourselves people who actually are in the community doing things. And I'm like, cool, well, I got people I can call who gonna show up.
Right.
That's right.
It's an old dude across the street that need help unpacking his house. And that's how I came up with my show, which is going to be airing on EVRY Media as well. And there'll be more information about that. But yeah, it's dope to be able to come together and actually come together, get things actually done. I'm proud of everybody in here I wasn't going nowhere. I'm proud of everybody in here for showing up and keeping on track, because for it not to be like something that's immediately lucrative or whatever, people, it's hard to stick to it.
It is. I mean, let's talk about that for a little bit too, because like you, Lovely, Sundays I like to just chill.
Absolutely.
I don't want to get out of my bed, but this was something new. This was something different. This was something to excite me and motivate me to be in a space and a place and just see kind of where it goes. You know, when opportunity comes knocking, I'm like, all right, what's up? How you doing?
You don't treat it like a Jehovah's Witness.
And-
You ain't answer that door. I like that. You gotta answer the door. Okay?
I remember reaching out to it was one topic we were talking about, and I'm heavily involved with like business resource groups and diversity, equity, inclusion, culture type activities with the work that I do for pay. And I remember reaching out to some of my diverse colleagues about a topic that was going on, because I think we were supposed to talk about like Asian hate crimes on one episode. We never really got to it, but just being able to use my network to even get content for the show and do some research and then get different perspectives has been fun to do as well. And like my mom, she has been, so when is the first show airing? I was so excited to tell my mom October 10th at 10 a.m.
Yes.
Tune in to the very first episode of the EVRY Woman Show.
Oh, yes.
And so now we're finally here.
Yeah.
We've made it through this journey. It's been a very interesting ride, learning new personalities, taking direction from Dean sometimes. I mean, because he's so straight up. No chaser.
Yeah.
Yes.
He give it to you straight, which is good. You always know where you stand with him. And then Chris is just amazing as well. And then everybody else who's been behind the scenes on this. So it's been nice getting to know them and where they fit in different spaces, not only in the studio, but outside in their day to day.
Yeah. And truly, it makes me feel so good to hear you say that, you called me and, oh, Sabrina, what about this audition? And what about this? And what should I do about that? It's asking me business questions and things like that. And so my business, the Goddess Workshop, helps other models and helps other people to, get a guidance and a head up on what's actually happening and how you can actually make yourself a entertainment professional. And so to hear and know that that's a part of the bridge that you saw with me without me even, like, I've been developing and working on that, and everything is all coming together at the same time in good time.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of us can probably attest to that, knowing what my family's been going through within the same, like, we've all been going through a lot of storms, and I think all of us, even our viewers we all got our own storms. But it all coming into fruition, us being at this desk, me being able to say, yep, without me even having to say anything, you using my services.
I know. And same with her, right? Because, I mean, I just graduated my second child, and I am not an event planner. And I was so grateful to be able to dial you up and say, hey, girl, so we doing this prom thing, and I want it to be really nice, and he wants these colors. And when I tell y'all sis came through, she laid it out. I had people on my Facebook page telling me like, best prom couple hands down. I was like, because we didn't do prom like that.
We did not.
And her mom, I think, came
My
with you
mom
that
was
day.
with me. Yep.
Came and laid it out. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Not only for the
for
prom,
the
but also for
graduation,
the open
house.
house.
Mm-hmm. And I think when I got over there, you were in the house doing something. So and I had literally the day of the open house, I had just got off a plane. So
that's the dedication that this one right here has, y'all.
Man,
really. Airport to my house.
To her house to drop off and do what I needed to do. And then I was supposed to go back, but I was like, I'm exhausted. So, and then I think it took me a couple of days to even come back and pick up the stuff because I was like, I can't even do it. And even with Sabrina, like Sabrina and I have met on her for some of her business stuff. And then even with Amber, because her and I share, like she just adopted her grandbaby. I'm taking care of, I call him my TT grandbaby because that's what I call him. But, so there's a lot of commonality, between us on this stage, and we're able to reach out and connect with each other and feed off of each other and gravitate to the things that we need, that we know that everybody kind of has
going on.
Like
Toy has had a couple of
resource
different shows that she's been, comedy shows that she's been performing at, and we've shown up for those.
Yes, Sabrina's came out, then Dean and Alicia came out, and I was like, oh my God, like I get nervous when I see y'all, but I be so happy like that y'all come through. And even I always tell people, because I know everybody can't come to a comedy show, and it can get expensive because every show not always free. But it's the moral support that's there too that I love. I did go through like a domestic violence issue throughout this whole process, and knowing that you guys were there, like it really touched my heart because I went through so many emotions of being ashamed, being embarrassed, and feeling like I know I got to say something. I'm gonna stand up for myself. So I went through all of those emotions, and just knowing that I had y'all here with me, like I appreciate you so much. I want to cry a little bit, but I'm not going to do that.
We're going to need some tissues.
I did a straight 7-mile U-turn on Liver Noise.
She definitely did.
Pulled up on Toy like, hey, where you at? What's up? You go, oh, okay, it's good to see you, girl. All right. Just because I didn't know she would look like she was walking. She ain't about to walk if I'm driving. That's not going to happen.
Yeah. And at that point, like because my car has, I'm pretty transparent, like, because, sometimes you up, sometimes you down. And I did go through a down moment with this process. And I hadn't had a vehicle since April, and I was Ubering everywhere, or walking or catching rides, or doing basically what I had to do other than calling Nate to get where I want to be, because I ain't calling Nate. But but like all jokes aside, like when you saw me, I was actually going to the grocery store even, like. But sometimes I'm prideful, and situations that I had made me not want to ask for help. And you guys helped me out. You ladies helped me out without me even having to ask anything, whether it was something financially, whether it was a laugh, or just simply being kind. Sometimes being around like-minded women who have something going for themselves, that are kind, that are courageous. And I say courageous because we all go through things. You women are strong. Y'all are beautiful. And I thank y'all. Like, I'm gonna cry.
Going on record, knowing your situation and knowing comedy the way I know it, the fact that you find places to perform 3 times a week minimally,
with no vehicle.
With no vehicle. And this is comedy is a male-dominated industry based on schedule alone. It's look it up. But the fact that Toy is in a city that doesn't, it's a pivot point. It's not there yet, but you making everything you can of this time. And I was bragging on you to my mom earlier, saying this girl,
look,
you motivate me. You motivate me to get up and keep working. You know what I'm saying?
And I had such a good time hosting with y'all yesterday. Like that was so fun.
Oh, that was fun.
Every woman moment.
Yeah, I had to steal a grape from Sabrina because she wouldn't give me the pineapple.
What camera we on? Let me explain something. Don't ask for no pregnant woman fruit.
I just wanted one.
And then she said, Sabrina. And I'm like, we need that piece of pineapple. And yes, I know pineapple and pregnancy, whatever. Don't check me, but I'm saying.
And Sabrina kind of like the plug, because she actually approached me and was like, hey, there's an event, and I'm going to host. And I think you should host. And I'm like, yay, we're going to host. And then Alicia started hosting with us. And it was I think we blended well together.
Yeah.
It was so
really
dope.
good.
And it was for a charitable cause. Like, and that felt good to be able to do. And it's something for the community and give back, you know.
Yeah.
So that felt real good.
Do
We
y'all
looked good too.
Y'all always look good, so that's never a doubt in my mind. When y'all step out, y'all look good. But do y'all remember when we had the announcement, where the event where we had the announcement of whether we were all going to be on the show or not, or who was going to be on the show or not?
Yes.
So let's just say that was an amazing event. We took some great pictures. I know Amber had posted one the other day. They so deep down in my memories, I probably done put them on the hard drive already, and can't find them. But that night, we were able to bring our families, our spouses, our significant others, and we were able to come together in another space outside of the studio and bond, right? Like, it was fun.
Yeah. I look forward to more
I was
of those.
nervous about that because I didn't want to get a virtual or audio visual rejection letter. Basically. And I'm like, hey.
Wow,
And then,
you think they'd be that petty?
yeah,
Like, we don't want
you
to
didn't
see
make
you.
it. So, and I was happy to see, like, oh my God, yay, you know, but that was a huge nerve for me.
It was,
That day
Yeah.
had me, like, my
was
stomach was in my
shaking.
butt, okay?
Yeah, I was working that day too because I was kind of behind the scenes,
Yeah.
kind of decor and the food and all of that stuff. So it was nerve wracking for me too because I remember it was always like, well, it's going to be 4 people and then blah, blah, blah. And then there was a guest. And then it got to, they announced the people and it got to number 4.
We
and
gonna
I
keep
was like,
all up.
okay, well, maybe I didn't make it. And then they kept going and I was just like, okay. So that was really like a nerve wracking.
Yeah.
That was that patience thing.
Yeah.
Was like that really
got
got to me
tested.
that day.
Mhm,
Yeah. Oh,
mhm.
it was like there.
Yeah. But all of these things have brought us to this moment. And just out of this entire process, I know other shows have spun off. You know, it's just been some great opportunities that have come out of all of these women who have dynamic backgrounds, diverse backgrounds, and just have something different to offer to this experience. All of that is being shared here on EVRY Media, here on EVRY Woman, and we're excited about this process, this journey. We're glad to bring every single one of you along for the ride with us. And the last thing that we're going to talk about, or the last thing I'm going to say in regards to this journey, is that I'm glad I stuck with it. I'm glad I've had this opportunity to be with all of you and to learn from all of you. And I think that that's probably one of the things that this process has taught me the most, is to just stick with it, be patient, and, you know, trust in others.
Absolutely.
Trust the process.
Absolutely.
Trust the process.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. We have been giving our all to bring this day to all of you. If you missed some of our audition rounds, please go back and watch them on the EVRY Music EVRY Media channel on YouTube. You can see all of our audition rounds there. You can subscribe, like, follow, so that you can get notifications every time that we air a show, which will be every Monday, EVRY Monday, 10 a.m. Thank you again for tuning in to the very first episode of
EVRY Woman Show.
The most beautifulest thing in this world, gender revealed. Hot damn, it's a girl. And we move with intention. If you don't come correct, nah, we don't listen. We on a mission. Did I mention? Cooking greatness, baby, we in the kitchen. In different dimensions, the energy shifting. Quite befitting, vibrations lifting. From corporate to the courtroom, we can afford to walk in our standards, then abort you. We ain't birthing no disrespect. Everybody gotta come correct. We talking gross and neck. Baby, I flip coins and checks. Baby, I keep heels on neck, stunting season. And I don't need a reason to stunt, cause I always get what I want. I am every. I am every woman. Every. I am every woman. wellness queens over here. And make no mistake, big things over here. Goddess in the flesh, you can tell by the smell of it. Every time I step in the room, it's an elephant. Barely let your mess in my womb, cause it's Evanston. Single cause I don't have room for a jealous man. Had to catch my breath. Look at these hills, I know I'm killing you to death. Cause when you ain't got nothing left, I still got a couple breaths. And I won't take nothing less. Then ooh, I should kiss myself. I should put this bitch on the shelf. Cause I'm a trophy, centerpiece, priceless. Maybe you should get at least bit a beast. I am every. I am every. I am every woman. Every. I am every woman. I got a hitter, I celebrate. My haters, you got to turn the glitter, your salt goes on my dinner, I'm never better, my thoughts are in a linear, and at the end of my walk, lead me to the cross, like a man in the cloth. God free me a fault before they nail in my box. You think it's lies a fox, the underhand to get caught. If you're scamming to win, understand that you lost. One.